Let's now move over to Sudan, where the United Nations says about 2,000 persons have been killed in the almost 16-month-old war. This, according to the UN, is a grim figure amid the devastating conflict that has wrecked the northeastern African country. Meanwhile, there have been reports of an attack and its aftermath on unarmed civilians. This report takes a look at the situation in Sudan as the war continues.
Survivors of the Sudan war who have fled to camps on the border of North Darfur and Eastern Chad have reported an attack while speaking on the effects of the conflict on unarmed civilians. This comes as fighting is currently ongoing for control of Al-Fashir. Recall that war broke out between government forces and militia groups in the capital, Khartoum, last year. The rebels, known as the Rapid Support Forces, originated as an Arab tribal militia in the Darfur region. The area has a long history of ethnic conflict, culminating in the 2003 genocide. In June last year, the rebel forces made one of their first major gains, taking the garrison in Khartoum. Reports revealed that the refugees who fled Sudan are facing starvation in neighboring Chad, as humanitarian funding dries up and tension builds with Chadian authorities. As the conflict continues, reports say a new wave of cholera is threatening displaced communities across the country, making it the second outbreak since the start of the war 16 months ago. The recent cholera outbreak has resurged after several weeks of heavy rainfall, resulting in flooding. The risks are compounded by the continuing conflict and dire humanitarian conditions, including overcrowding in camps and gathering sites hosting refugees and those displaced by the war. Medical supplies are limited, as are health workers. In addition to the spread of cholera, increasing cases of waterborne diseases are also reported. Recall that figures from UNICEF reveal that millions of children in Sudan are currently facing difficult circumstances as a result of the war in Sudan. In eastern Sudan, where the largest number of displaced persons were during the past month, there is an urgent need to provide care and health services to thousands of children. Hunger and malnutrition make children much more vulnerable to disease. The United Nations Children's Fund revealed that an estimated 14 million children in Sudan urgently need humanitarian assistance. This is more than half of Sudan's 24 million children, with the majority out of school. Nearly 9 million children are reportedly grappling with acute food insecurity and lack of access to safe drinking water.
Let's now turn attention to all